All right, let's jump into Karen Reed. Now, first, I'm going to talk about something that you've been very open about, so I have no problem bringing it up. You've gone on record a number of times saying you hate Karen Reed. So, where does that come from? You, obviously, I'm assuming you've never spoken to her, had any interaction with her. Where's that feeling coming from that you just hate Karen Reed?
This is only the second time I've spoken about this case publicly since the verdict. So I even told Court TV once that verdict came down, I don't want to talk about this case anymore. They asked me to talk about it one time the day after the verdict, and I appeared with Kelly Craft and Ted Rollins. I spoke about it the day after the verdict, and then I told them I'm never going to talk about it again. This is only my second time talking about it, so forgive me if some of the facts of the case are beyond me, and I definitely don't know what has happened since then. To answer your question, I think she's a contemptible, narcissistic person. I'll tell you why. You and I, as defense attorneys, we are no stranger to having narcissistic clients who blame everybody for themselves. The system, police, society, their parents, their dad. We're no stranger to that. We expect that, right? That's not why I said I hate Karen Reed and still hate Karen Reed. The reason I do it is because you have every right to defend yourself and to put up a vigorous defense. You have not only every right, you have an obligation to your fellow man to fight prosecutors. But when you throw a whole entire community when you spin it into a tizzy, when you ratchet up all this anxiety and you know how to stoke the fear of people for your own self-aggrandizement, to me, it's a step too far, right? We'll debate, you and I, whether or not she did that. But hypothetically speaking, let's just say she did that, right? That's an open question. Many people will tell me I'm wrong. But for anybody who does that, whether it's Karen Reed or somebody else, anybody who the way they defend themselves is by causing a whole entire community to implode and fight one another, to me, that's a bridge too far, right? So that's why I hate her, because I firmly believe she did that. Whether or not other people agree with me or not is a different story. But I firmly believe, and that's why, to answer your question, the reason I say I hate her is because I firmly believe she did that. That's just my personal belief.